I'm Nurse TLC, a medically retired RN navigating life on the road with chronic illness. Here we focus on practical adaptations, van life, and finding healing in nature. Subscribe to join us. Hello. Sorry, my voice. Anyway, we will see. Give time for people to join. This is a new time, so I don't even know if anybody will join. So we will see. Anyway, I'm just going to chill here. I got a little cutie pie. Do you see the tail? I don't know if I can move out of the way so you can see her. Anyway, she's right behind me. So we're going to chill with that cutie pie and see if anybody joins. Sorry, my nose is, of course, itching right when I go live. Never fails. Anyway, if you don't know me, I'm Nurse TLC, a registered nurse of over 20 years. And this is my van that I live in most of the time, named Betty White. So these are for people that join in a bit. I know that there was somebody in the chat a little bit ago, right here, Joanne. I'll be waiting and watching here from Missouri Ozarks. So welcome, Joanne. I think you're not here right this minute, but you were earlier. So first one in, Joanne. Welcome. Anyway, so let's just chill out and see if anybody joins, because we used to go live on Wednesdays for Wellness Wednesday at 9 a.m. Pacific, and this is noon Pacific, so it's a brand new time. So we shall see if anybody joins, but I don't know if very few people know about this time. So hopefully people start joining, but otherwise I'll just be talking to myself and little Sagie cutie pie behind me who's taking a nap. Sagie, hey baby. Oh my gosh, you can't even see her eyes. She's back there. So welcome. Today we're talking about why I was missing in action for a whole month from the Wellness Wednesday lives, and I stopped doing them because it's been a really rough month around the holidays and stuff, because when you have chronic illness or multiple chronic illnesses, then it's really, you can get into a flare very easily, and I got into a flare. So it is what it is, but now I'm doing better. So I decided Wednesday of February I would start these lives again, but many people don't know yet. So I'm hoping to get back into it and have more people join as they know what time I'm going to be live. This is the time that people voted for, and it was I did a poll, and it was 50% of people. I think only 6 people responded, and 50%, so 3 out of 6 said this was the time that they wanted. So that's why we moved it to this time, but we shall see. Steve's here. Joanne was here, but I think it's just Steve right now. Welcome. Anyway, I know people are going to slowly join, but it's a new time, so I didn't expect to have very many people here. So we're just going to chit chat. I just have a couple things to talk about, and you can see a puppy dog behind me. She happened to lay down like literally where nobody can see her. And it's like I'm blocking her. So no matter what I do, she's right there. You can see her little paw. But here we are, just chilling in the van like always. I know that there's like 5 people right now. So say hi in the chat so we know who you are, especially if you're new around here. Say hi. That way I know who's here, because I can see 5 people watching right now. Anyway, again, welcome to my van. Her name is Betty White, and she's definitely one of my favorite places on earth. So anyway, today I'm talking about getting into a pain flare that was very hard for me to get out of. And finally, I'm doing better. So that's why we're doing the live stream again. And if I'm looking down, it's because I'm looking at the chat and some notes. And I understand the camera's up there, but I keep looking down because that's what I have to look at anyway to run this thing. This is my first time doing StreamYard for a while. So If I mess something up, I mess something up. And I do have a mic right here. You can kind of see it. So if I need to turn it up, let me know. That's all good, Steve. It's not a big deal because I knew this was changing time, and starting over again would be different. But it is what it is, because 50% of the people for the poll said this was the best time, so I just went with it. Oh, Joanne, you're waiting for another epidural yourself. Oh, it's terrible waiting for all these treatments. I have another appointment this Friday, but it's only a follow-up with neurology because it's, they make you follow up, or I should say insurance makes you follow up so that they can see that you're getting your treatment, you're going to follow-ups, and to see if it works for you so they can decide if they want to pay for these treatments or not. So like for me, I have a lot of treatments, and it's a constant battle of being in the van. Can I go somewhere? Can I, like, just juggling all these treatments and, getting some kind of response that's better, or at least keeps you the same as before. And then when you get in a flare like I got into over the holidays, it takes a while to get out of it when your pain gets, I guess, too far gone. So that's what I was struggling with, is because of the holidays, I couldn't get my treatment on time. So it was overdue. So the pain got too bad. And then it takes 10 days for it to kick in again. So we're talking, 2 weeks without it, when it wore off, then 10 more days to kick in. So a whole month of being in agonizing pain. And that's just the way it is. So, oh, I can't wait because your back really hurts. Yeah, it's terrible. So you're getting the epidural. So that should help. I don't get epidurals, but I do get the Botox and nerve blocks. So, and it's constant rotation. I get a nerve block 6 weeks later, Botox 6 weeks later, or then in between a follow-up, and then 6 weeks later, the nerve block again. So almost every month I have an appointment with my neurologist. So it's just never ending. What can you do? It seems like it's never ending. It's terrible. But it is what it is. Well, nice to talk to you, Joanne and Steve. Joanne, I know you're moving. You said you're moving. So that's quite the stressful event to get yourself packed up. Oh, you got Botox and nerve blocks on top of the, oh no, that's even more treatments than me. Wow. That's a lot. That's a lot of treatments because I can barely handle these treatments. Oh, and now I have a new treatment. So I'll tell you about that. So now, because part of having EDS, the Ehlers-Danlos, is bone density can be a problem. And so even though I'm only 53, I have pretty severe osteoporosis. So I have to go to now some infusions for I have to go to the infusion center and get an infusion for osteoporosis so I don't lose any more bone loss, because Lord knows if I fall and trip and break a bone, it's going to be tragic. So can't do that. So I got to go for another treatment to do with the osteoporosis, and a new doctor. Yeah, new doctor for the osteoporosis. I'm like, really? Like, I need all this. I'm tired of it. I told him I went for my physical with my primary care, and I was like, are you, like, I'm so sick of doctors. And I've like haven't seen my cardiologist in, like, I don't know, 9 months. I'm supposed to see him twice a year. So I had to put that one off. So now I need to make an appointment with my cardiologist, and it's just never ending. Oh, so now you washed. Oh, you're heading to Q. That's awesome. I wish I was able to, but Betty White here doesn't want to go very far. She's not happy like her engine isn't. So she's not being moved very far. Welcome in, Victoria Freedom. Hello, hello, welcome in. If you're new here, I'm Tanya, I'm Tanya, but also known as Nurse TLC, because TLC is actually my initials. But I'm a nurse, and right now we're talking about all of our chronic illness medical treatments. And Steve here, right here, is getting his RV, but his back didn't like it because, you know, it's easy to strain our backs as we get older. That's for darn sure. But I wish I was going to Quartzsite. Like, I miss it. But this year, I will not be going to anything farther than local because this van, Betty White, is not doing so hot. Her engine isn't. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my fake windows back there. Yeah, that's because I don't like windows in the back, but I wanted to look like windows in the back. So there you go. It's fake windows. And Sagie, look at right there. That cutie pie, you can't even see her. She's behind my chair, sleeping, and she's actually snoring. You can hear her. You might be able to pick her up on this mic. I don't know. At one point, she can snore pretty loud. Ah, okay. Well, welcome. I'm glad you said hi because this is a new time. So all the normal people that is in the chat aren't here today. So hopefully they'll get hang of the new time or watch later. But welcome. I'm glad you said something. I love your videos at the lake. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's where I'm going to be, probably at the lake or river. More local. There's so much camping around here that I can stay pretty local without going super far, just to keep the van running as long as possible. Because we're going to either trade her in or I'm going to get a new van, and because I travel a lot more than Derek, or Derek will keep this van and make it like a hunting like a hunting van or something, because of all the accessibility equipment on it. You know, it's got the under vehicle lift, it has hand controls, it has a 6-way power seat. So he may just have his own van and I'll have my van, and we'll have 2 vans, because I travel so much farther than him and I have to have something. It's like my daily driver, so I have to have something that's reliable, because I go and visit my kids in Seattle. I go to Colorado to visit my best friend. I go to Quartzsite a lot to visit Dee and everybody else. So I like to travel, and Derek doesn't so much. So if he has his own that's local, more local, because he's the commander of the local VFW now, then that's fine. And, you know, this would end up, knowing him, all this will end up being camouflage if he keeps it. Oh, Lord, I know. It won't be girly like this if Derek keeps it. Our truck has the same engine as Betty White. Going to trade it in. Yeah, ours is bad. Like, it's it's not so much the engine, it's my transmission and the DEF system, because we're in California, so we can't delete the DEF system off of here. There's a lot of people that do delete the DEF system, but this particular van is having a lot of issues with being a diesel, and they only made the diesel for 2 years, well, 1.5-ish. Anyway, so it's between the diesel DEF system and the bad transmission they put in here that I'm struggling with. And it seems like it's right when we get it working well again, something goes wrong, and it just keeps on doing that over and over again. So it is what it is. It's one of those issues. No, you don't. You don't. But it's funny. He doesn't want to do too many videos, because he's just, I don't know why. He's kind of gotten where he doesn't want to be on video too much. I don't know. He decided that. And so we're going to do an update. But right now, he's not loving being on YouTube anymore. Yeah, see? And they basically said, because this van is so old, and I mean over 10 years old, because it's a 2015, and that they weren't going to replace it. I mean, I don't know. Like I've called the dealer and tried to get them to do stuff, and it seems like pulling teeth. So it is what it is, you know. I'm just, yeah, I need a daily driver that's under warranty, because I pretty much live in this place all the time, and I need something very, very dependable. It's okay, Dee. Nobody even knew I was doing this until a few days ago. So I just decided I'm going to go live, because it's been a while, like months. Well, actually a month and a half or something since I went live, because it was right before Christmas. Yeah, Derek is really funny, and he is hilarious all the time. But with all the responsibilities, he's been spending so much time at the VFW, and he's pretty much a boss without pay. That's what he says. He goes, I'm a boss without pay. He's volunteering. You don't get paid to do the job, but you work full time at it. He's hilarious, though. He is. But I know a lot of people miss him. On the other channel, we're going to do an update. And we've been working on, or he's been working on, you know, all of that. He's trying to redo our local VFW was kind of a mess, because, you know, it didn't have good leadership. So people were just they're barely surviving. We'll put it that way. So he's trying to, you know, because it's a restaurant and a bar. So he's trying now, all of a sudden he's running a restaurant and a bar, and the post, you know, with the members and all this. So he's got his hands full. We'll put it that way. And I'm not trying to add any extra stress on him. Yeah, he's very, he didn't like to have much credit. We'll put it that way. So, but we also do have the Airbnb that we're running. So I mean, we're not running it. We have a manager, but it's too much, because I'm, you know, in the van down at the lake or river or wherever, and Derek's running the VFW. So we do have a manager and people that turn over the Airbnb for us. So that's mainly, it's just what's it called? I don't even know. I can't even think. I can't even get the right words out. Your dystonia is looking better. Yeah, it's because the Botox, I'm on Xeomin, but it's a form of Botox, and it finally kicked in. So I didn't want to go live till it kicked in, because I was all crooked. And you can see by my neck, these wrinkles, how you can see where my head's tilted. See, it causes permanent wrinkles. It's terrible. So I was like this for most of the month, like this, with my head tilted and in misery. But now that the Botox has kicked in, I'm straight for a little while. I'll be straight for a month and a half. I'll be straight for like a month and a half, maybe 2 months if I'm lucky. And then my head will start tilting and the muscles will start contracting again. So what you up to today, Dee? I'm sure you're busy. You're a busy gal trying to get everything done and move back into your place. Yeah, good leaders are hard to find. And especially when you're working for free. I mean, there's not many people that work for free. So everybody at the VFW is free, working for free. I mean, they like the kitchen staff and the bartenders and stuff, they work on tips. So if you have no customers, you have no tips. So it's like they're there doing nothing. So he trying to get people to come in, because if you buy a meal, then you're allowed to come in. Like if you're allowed to eat there and not be a member if you are coming in for food. Oh, cool. That's good. Did you hear her back here snoring? She's snoring right behind me. Maybe you can see her. Let me see if I can tilt the camera down. My chair is in the way. She's literally right there snoring. Oh, now she's looking at me. What a cutie pie. She's so darn cute. Okay, let me see on my notes if I'm forgetting anything. Usually on Wellness Wednesday, I have a topic, but today our topic is, I was just going to do a health update, and then Sagie here has a new, is doing new things that she's kind of decided on her own. So I'll explain that to you guys. But I've totally missed hanging out, and I'm glad I can at least get on here and not be super miserable. That's why I didn't go live, because I didn't know if I could even sit like this without being totally in pain. I do have a different chair I'm using. I used to sit on the bed, but I didn't get enough back support. So right now, let me see if you can see. Let me move the camera again. Sorry. See this yellow chair? It does give me some mid-back support, and it's comfortable. So I have a little office space in my van now with this nice chair. So I do have support. So that's very helpful. So I'm doing, sometimes you got to do what you can to get comfortable enough, or else I was miserable. But I'm back to hanging out with you guys, and I went at this time because maybe I can have lunch or something, or make something and chill with you guys for these Wellness Wednesdays. This is tea. This is a tropical black tea. It's really good. It's very, very good. Yeah, these chair, Joanne, I got this chair, I think from Walmart. I ordered it online, and they have different colors, any color you want, but this is really nice. It does have wheels, but I took the wheels off because I don't need wheels in the van flying around when I'm driving. So I took the wheels off, and it's perfect. You can still go up and down. So I have my little desk. I have my comfortable chair. So it's much better in here. Yes, that's the problem we're having, Dee. We're having the exact same problem as you with this van. Except for Derek and I were discussing it today, and I think that we're going to keep it as backup because of the wheelchair equipment on it. If Derek's, like when this van failed and was in the shop for 4 months, we had to share Derek's minivan, okay? Well, Derek's minivan, after that, it had to go in the shop. So it was in the shop for over a month, maybe 6 weeks to fix the ramp. And so he had no backup without this wheelchair ramp and me like hauling him around here in Betty White. So being that, it's hard to get wheelchair equipment on vans, it's super expensive. The equipment on this van is $30,000 worth of equipment, way more than the van's worth. So we're talking about making Derek have his own van, like a hunting van, basically, because he does go hunting with his boys once in a while. And I mean, he could come camping at the lake in this thing. And then I would have my own van, and mine would be, because I want to be able to go see UD. I want to be able to go to Colorado, visit my best friend. I want to be able to go to Seattle to visit my kids whenever I feel like it. you know, go camping wherever, go meet friends. I need something reliable. That's my tiny home on wheels for the rest of my life, basically. And this one's, we know, is not going to be it, but it's good for local. It's good, you know, to use once in a while. It's not, it's just, you can't depend on it. I can't depend on it. I'm scared to death. So Derek's deciding if he wants to keep it as backup and then have it'll be camouflage in here. He'll take out he'll probably take out the bathroom to make more room and stuff like that. But I've missed coming to Q this year. I really miss it. And same as you got to decide what you're going to do, because then you won't have your tiny home on wheels to go locally in Q to camp in. And that's what we're talking about this one for. If Derek had it to go local or go hunting or something with one of the boys and then back up for if his van fails, it's better than having no backup. That's what we're kind of coming down to. But I do want the trade-in, because this is worth trade-in value. It's only worth like $12,000 because I checked into it. Yeah, so we're in that same kind of limbo with this thing. What I'm doing right now is saving up for the next van. And so I'm hoping I'll have what I need going forward for this summer. Yeah, I'm going to make a elderberry and honey syrup on one of my videos coming up, because it's super good for your immune system, and especially if you use local honey to make the syrup, because then it helps allergies too. So I'm going to make some elderberry syrup. But you can stir the elderberry syrup in tea too. You can make elderberry tea and then stir even more with the elderberry syrup. Because let me show you. I have right here this is just a little jar, but I have a bunch. And these are just dried elderberries. See? You can grind these up and put it in a tea bag, which I have right here. I have everything within grabbing distance. Right here I have tea bags, and here's my little teapot and elderberries, and I'm going to be making that very soon. I know, that's why it's just this year. I'm going to get a van before next January, and I'll probably come see you after I get my new van on the way back, because I'm going to Colorado to have the van build done, and on the way back it's just going to be basic, but on the way back I can visit you for sure whenever that is. Yeah, see, so you'll get to see Steve this year. Look, there's the baby back there. She's going to, hopefully you can see her better. Yeah, there she is. What a sweetie. Well, he'll be around a while though. So maybe you can see him after he's there a couple days or something. Anyway, thanks for coming. She is so precious. I want to show you her now that she made an appearance, I can tell you kind of what's going on with her. We were training for her to be a therapy dog. Mainly we just got through the Canine Good Citizen test and all that, you guys know, last summer. And then I was just gonna keep her going on her training, and we were going to be volunteering with, let me see if I can even think of the name off the top of my head. Oh, therapy dogs, or first responder therapy dogs. Because I'm a first responder, a nurse, I thought first responder therapy dogs would be perfect, because we would go visit like people at fire camps, because we're in California, so there's a lot of fires, and hospitals and police departments, anywhere there's first responders, we were going to do that. But she decided on her own because I was having so many problems the last few months with my own health and not feeling so well, she just started on her own, like responding to how I was feeling. And she started doing like service dog stuff where she would, like, if I'm feeling bad or say I have to sit on the ground really fast, because like I'm dizzy, so I have to sit on the floor or anywhere as fast as I can because of the POTS. Then she started just laying down on my legs, or if I'm laying in the bed back there, she'll lay on my chest. And what that does is stabilize my blood pressure and heart rate and gets the blood back to my head quicker. So she starts doing this on her own. I didn't even know what she was doing. So she wants to be a service dog. That's what she's telling me. And like anywhere, say I do it all the time just to test her. So say I'm like somewhere, I just sit on the ground real fast. And then she plops on my lap. She comes right over and lays flat on my lap and stares at me like this. And I'll film her doing it so you guys can see. So she's looking at my face, and then she smells my, not just my breath, but she'll smell my, like for tears, she'll smell my eyes, and she's staring at me, and she's just giving me a lot of pressure. So what we're doing now, because that's what she's showing me she wants to do, is convert her training and seeing how she responds, which so far she's doing really good. But to be a cardiac alert dog, because she's got the powerful nose as a hound, we think she will take to it, because not all dogs can, but she can hopefully recognize the spells before they even happen. And then if they happen, she would provide deep pressure therapy as needed. But this is her new little vest for now. So it says service dog in training on both sides, and then medical alert dog. And this is just temporary while we're training. So that's what we're doing. And we're going to see how she takes it. I'm just letting her guide. If she doesn't take to it or whatever, she's so friendly. She's just a sweetheart. So she can, if she takes to the scent training, then she'll definitely be a cardiac alert dog. If she just does the deep pressure therapy, that's still providing a service for me as somebody that has, significant medical issues and disabilities. So either way, she can be a service dog. I'm just seeing where she goes, because I want her to be happy too, so anyway, it's very interesting to watch her. I mean, she, like, if I because, we're so connected and we've been training for a very long time, like I do certain symbols, like this means watch, and then she has to look straight at me. And then if she sees like something going on, or she can tell, like I had a bad episode the other night and I'm like in tears, and she's like literally like glued to me and sniffing my tears and like in my face, like looking and like responding basically. Yeah. Sometimes they're just they're trying to read what's going on. And it could be that they're just trying to read your mood as well. But I'm mainly training her to do it like when I'm having an episode. And if I say a word, like right now, I say the word cover. And as I'm sitting on the ground or laying in the bed, if I say cover, she's supposed to come over and do the deep pressure therapy. And she's doing it. Like, she's really good at it. Even Derek is like shocked. Like, I literally will sit down and I'll say cover, and she comes running over. And even when she's off leash or whatever, she jumps on, she lays down and she lays on my legs and stares up at me like this. And then she waits there. Well, this is something we're training on. She has to wait there until I release her. But like when she right now doesn't know how long to stay. So we're kind of working on that. And then we have to transition it to be everywhere we're at. So say I'm going to have to practice in the grocery store. So like I'm in the grocery store and I'm going to have to practice and sit on the floor in the middle of the grocery store and have her do it there. I have to have her do it everywhere. So we're going to be practicing all over the darn place and probably looking crazy. Probably looking crazy sitting in the middle of the store with her giving me deep pressure therapy and responding. And she's got to ignore everybody else. And that's a little hard for a beagle because she's, you know, she's very friendly. So she likes, so that's the part that we have to see how she reacts, because she has to be able to ignore everybody. And say we're like in a restaurant or something, she's got to be able to lay down and just stay there and watch me only and ignore everybody. So that's the problem. Yeah, she is. She's amazing. And that nose on that dog, crazy. Whoops. I don't know where I went. Hold on. I don't know where I went. How weird. I can't see myself, but you guys can see me. Okay. Well, that's interesting. My screen is black. So I'm like, how did my screen turn black, but you guys can see me? Interesting. Anyway, I guess I won't be looking at myself anymore on here. But at least if you can see me, I don't care. Exactly. I froze. Okay. Well, we might have to get out of here if my internet's going to be acting up. Because I tried to look at my camera because I thought if my camera's... Okay, so D can see me just fine. I don't know. It's a black screen on StreamYard. Completely black. So I don't know why it did that. How interesting. But... So, because I see my camera working, it's looking right at me and it's got a green light. So maybe it's just the internet. Because I have Starlink, so usually it's really good. But sometimes, because it depends on where I'm at. Sometimes the Starlink is really good. You know how it goes, and because we're around trees and mountains and stuff. So sometimes it glitches here and there, but I can definitely close this down if we need to. But I just wanted to give you guys the update. Okay, froze. Let me see. How weird. Okay, well, I'm going to shut down the live then, because obviously it's glitching. So, where I'm at right now in the area is by Edwards Air Force Base. So we constantly have jets flying over and crazy stuff. I've even seen what looks like a UFO. So I'm just saying, they've got crazy stuff they test over here. So you never know what's going to like disrupt your info. So anyway, nice to see you guys. Thanks for coming. And I'm just going to get out of here and end the stream. Yeah, I have seen a UFO. I swear to God, it's crazy. Anyway, that's another story. Anyway, I'll see you guys next week at this time. Love you guys. Bye.